Woohoo. Hello and welcome to Promenade Française. Wow, so I just went through like the last couple of videos. It turns out that I'm having some technical difficulties. Um, let's just do a little test to see if it's going to work today. What we're going to do is Promenade Française. We're just going to go to my channel using another browser. It says it's live. Okay, I just heard myself. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to share my screen with what? What am I doing? Let's see. I'll share my screen with this one. Let's just do it on this one here. Okay. So let's share the screen for the Chrome tab. Le français facile avec. All right, so on my screen, like on my live screen, where I'm recording this live video, I see it, no problem. On my screen, like on my live screen, where I'm recording. Okay, I can also see it on the. So I guess it's working for today. Let's see if it can continue working for today. Just turn that off, the sound off. I mean, it should be working in real time now. Okay. All right, so what do we got going for today? Today is day 8 of the challenge, and I got some great news not great news. So it turns out that yes, my study buddy failed the challenge yesterday. She now owes me $100. And I thought, why not use this chance so that she'll owe me even more money? And so I gave her a little bit of a double or nothing situation. So I said, all right, let's see. If you can continue doing the challenge and you don't mess up again, then you can owe me 0. And then, but if you fail again, then it'll be 200, right? Double or nothing. So that's the deal. Double or nothing. See, I mean, technically it should be the same way as like, if you mess up again, then you owe me 200. If you don't mess up, you still owe me 100. But this way it's like even more motivation, because what's more important to me is that I have a study buddy. And like, if she messes up twice and she owes me 200, then it's like she's not gonna have any motivation. Also, if like, is she really gonna agree to like just continuing the challenge with the opportunity of what, like failing again and then owing more money? Like, it's how motivated is she to learn French? That's the good question, is how motivated is she? So I wanted to create a situation where she's more motivated rather than less motivated. All right, so let's test out. Can we show a window? Good. All right, so this is for today. It's not very clear. It doesn't change it. Let me just stop sharing and then I'll do it again to see if it improves a little bit. Still not perfect. What happened to that screen? Huh. The other thing I can do is I could widen. Okay, perfect. All right, so here we go. Here's today's video. Répondez comme dans l'exemple. L'exemple. L'exemple, the example, dans l'exemple, in the example, as in, comme dans l'exemple. Répondez, respond as in the example. 按照示列回答问题。Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que, so the word qu'est-ce que c'est is interesting. Qu'est-ce que, so qui is what is, and say, what is this which it is? What is this which it is? Ce sont, I guess ce is like they are the vases. Now, maybe you're like, what are you doing? Because like you're doing exercises, but you're not actually like learning anything, and you're not actually like going through the book. You're not looking at the examples in the book, because every French thing it usually has like some example, like exercise book, and then it has the textbook, and we haven't been looking at the textbook. So I don't think anyone's gonna really like this except for me. Look at this. Check it out. This is the Chinese. So you've noticed that there's some Chinese in my examples. Well, this is the actual book. So this teacher, Claire, she teaches the entire book. I don't know if you can hear this.
到椰子法语，我们今天就开始我们正式的第一课。好，第一单元 Unité 单元念作 Unité。
单元研作 unité. So I can speak Chinese. I have an undergraduate degree that was completely taught in Chinese. So I can easily understand what they're talking about in this video. And they go through, unit after unit. I don't know what unit we're actually in.
好，大家好，欢迎来到椰子法语。我们今天来讲Unité 1的第二课。好，我们来看一下第二课是什么呢？叫 Leçon 2 Qu'est-ce Qu'est-ce 上回学过这个 qui， 它是疑问词表示是。
All right, this is lesson 2. Now, according to the book, where are we? So we're in unit 2. We're in unit 2, lesson 5. So everything we've done so far can be found in the first class. And then it looks like there's going to be 16 videos that take us through this exercise book. Anyways, that's a lot of explanation. And really, there's no reason to have all that explanation other than what are we going to do next? I don't have like a super huge amount of time. I have to get to a lesson in about 25 minutes from now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to ask for the answers in ChatGPT because why not? So can you give me the answers and explanation for the grammar in each of the exercises? All right, let's do it. All right, qu'est-ce que c'est? What is this? Que, qui is what, is it, qui, which is, which this is. Okay, so this is a really strange way of saying it. It says, what is this, which this is? What is this which it is? I don't know why French creates it like that, but that's what it says. So now I don't really want to spend too much time. This is really basic stuff. I have actual videos I can watch. So you could also watch those videos if you speak Chinese. That's funny. So I'm just gonna copy and paste it. All right, ce sont des chaises. I don't know if I have the pronunciation right. Let's jump into our Google with Google. Because then what we can do with Google is we can edit this. And the next thing we can do is You can listen to it.
Ce sont des chaises, ce sont des fleurs, ce sont des livres, ce sont des photos.
Ce sont des chaises, ce sont des fleurs, ce sont des livres, ce sont des photos. And then that's a computer voice. We can also do our 11 lab.
Ce sont des chaises, ce sont des fleurs, ce sont des livres, ce sont des photos.
Ce sont des chaises. Chaises, chaises. So my question is this or is it a? Chaise or met, bet, let. So this goes back to the pronunciation buckets. Chaise. Ce sont des chaises.
Ce sont des chaises,
Ce sont des chaises. Ce sont des fleurs.
ce sont des fleurs,
Fleurs. Fleurs. Ce sont des livres.
ce sont des livres,
Ce sont des livres. Ce sont des photos.
ce sont des photos.
Okay, great. Grammar. Ce sont. This is the correct way of saying these are in plural form. The singular form would be c'est, it is. But because we're talking about multiple objects, we could use ce sont. Definitive and indefinitive articles. Since we are introducing unknown items, we use des, the plural of un or une, instead of les. Huh. Hello, Gordon. What's up? You want to come up here? Sit next to me? Buddy. Hello, buddy. All right. So now, okay, what are we saying about des and les? So this is in English. This is the difference between saying an and the. You can say this is a car or this is the car. So what we're saying here is since we're using unknown items, we are using des. So is one. So what is it saying? This is, do we have this equivalent in English? Day. I don't think we have this equivalency in English. Here are some cars. Here are the cars. Here are the cars. There are some cars. I don't know. How do we use unknown plural? Indefinite articles in English. In French, we use des as plural, but in English, there's no direct equivalent. Instead, we use different structures depending on the context. We usually drop the article when referring to unknown or unspecified plural. J'ai des livres. I have books, not I have some books, unless we want to emphasize the quantity. There are chairs, not there are some chairs, unless we need some emphasis. You see, exactly, the word some. There are photos on the wall. Il y a des photos sur le mur. There are photos. There are some photos. There are photos on the wall. Using some. When to use some. Or you could use any. Do you have any books? If you put it in a question. Yeah. Interesting. So that makes it difficult because it's different than in English. Okay. Anyways, I just copied and pasted it, so I don't really care. It's nice to have that little bit of a grammatical introduction. As you can tell, the main thing is that I just don't want to owe my study buddy $100. So I'm just kind of just going through it without. And I mean, just basic study. Like, I don't really care about memorizing this stuff. we're talking about exposure. I just want some exposure to these grammar rules. All right, let's look at number 2. So I'm looking at the number 2. Find the word that doesn't belong. All right, let me share the other screen with you so that we can make a decision about this. You can see it? Yeah, you can see it. Good. Un vase, des fleurs, une chaise. So it says un vase, some flowers, one chair. One affiche. What is affiche? Affiche. Blouson, un blouson, un chapeau. We got masculine, masculine. We got a house. Sorry, a house. A hat. What is a blouson? A blouse, maybe? Affiche? Affiche? I don't know. So this one is the plural one out. This one is the feminine one out. This one is the masculine one out. This one is the masculine one out. This one is the masculine one out, I guess. I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's go to the answers from our good buddy ChatGPT. ChatGPT. And see what's going on with this. All right. So what is it? Un vase, des fleurs, une chaise. Huh. Une chaise. A vase and flowers belong together. They're decorations, but a chair is unrelated. Okay. So it has nothing to do with plural and nothing to do with masculine, feminine. Interesting. Okay. Anyways. Flowers and all right, next one is a blouse, a blouson is a jacket, a chapeau is a hat. They're both clothing items, but an affiche is a poster. A fauteuil, a chaise. A furniture, but a window is not. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. You just have to create one answer. Une photo, une affiche, so a photo, and then a poster, un téléphone. Makes sense. Last one is une assiette, un meuble, une étagère, a. Remember from yesterday? A. A meuble and a étagère belong together, but a assiette, plate does not. Sure, I don't care. All right, the last one, it says this exercise helps us to categorize objects and expand vocabulary. Noun categories matter in French. I mean, why did noun categories matter in French? Because, like, is it related to grammar somehow? Okay, so it's saying every noun in French is either masculine or feminine. It affects the article. It affects the adjective. Okay, yeah, understand that. Grouping nouns correctly, furniture, clothing, people, helps the speaker to know which gender roles apply. That's not true. Yeah, but okay, yeah. So I understand that the grammar is important, but cultural. Okay, so importance of daily life objects, food, furniture, clothing, in specific ways because they're deeply tied to daily life and traditions. A baguette, a croissant, masculine and feminine, respectively, are both considered. No, that's dumb. The words exist in different categories depending on formality. Un portable, mobile phone, un téléphone mobile phone is formal speech. That's unrelated. Yeah, I'm not really into that explanation. I think that's not a very good explanation. Anyways, let's get to the last question. Where is it? Observe the drawing and complete the lists. Observe the drawing on page 38 and 39 du manuel et complétez les listes. So it's not going to be able to answer this question because it doesn't have the drawing on page 38 and 39. So I have to go into page. Stop sharing. You need to get to page 38 and 39 to see what the heck it's talking about. Well, there's no absurdities in the page in the manual. Du manuel et compléter les listes. So I don't have the right manual according to what it's talking about. But we could try this and this.
谁？那 Qu'est-ce？下面Lise Poirot，好，Lise 是这个女生的名字，Lise Poirot，Poirot 是那个具体的构成是不一样的，因为法语里面有一个重要的东西叫好，跟英语是什么 ？J'étais trop contracté，j'étais 哈，这个总经理呀。
Remember, this was from our other one. I don't think we've gotten to where we are yet.
Hello，大家好，欢迎来到椰子法语。我们今天继续我们的第3课 Leçon 3啊。好，我们来继续text 的学习哈。放一下这个音频。
Yeah, we're still not there yet.
Hello，大家好，欢迎来到椰子法语。今天是 Il aime, elle aime, elle aime. Cherche une amie en Europe. 好，好，大家好。什么什么啊？Il y a 啊，不需要说 ses 哈，sont 是他的哈，他的。
Yeah.
由于这两个词都是阳性。
Okay, so the question is this the photo? Son chapeau et son blouson, c'est ça? Oui, son chapeau et son blouson, ils sont dans la chambre et Mélanie sous l'étagère à côté à la fenêtre. So there's a possibility that this is the picture that they're talking about. In fact, if I just go through very quickly the whole video, then it's obvious that there.
墙，与那
We're talking about this. Okay, so let's take a how do we get this image? First thing we need to do is turn up the quality. Okay, you have to sign in if you're going to get the better.
Étagère 就是这
All right. Anyways, this is a weird challenge, right? Because like my videos are just kind of like a little bit haphazard. We've got all kinds of weird problems, and just sort of general. Okay, so here's the image from pages 38 and 39. Can you recreate the answers for that exercise? All right. Now what are we going to do? The answer for based on dans la pièce des meubles. In the room, there is furniture, un lit, un fauteuil, une table, une étagère, une chaise, un tapis, des objets, j'ai. Okay, it's got all that. Sur la table, grammaire. All right, let's jump back into the image. So it says, observe the design on those pages and complete the lists. Dans la pièce, il y a des meubles et des objets. Sur la table, il y a. On the table, there is. Il y a un. Okay, it did it actually. So I gotta just copy all of this. Yeah, I feel like this was never possible when I was studying Chinese. You couldn't just copy and paste answers. You had to physically do it yourself. And you had to like go into the textbook, try to find everything. There was no way to cheat like this. Like, so in my mind, this type of behavior is cheating. Maybe it's not in your mind, but you could never do this in the past. And then the question is, I mean, I don't have a problem with this method for learning. The problem I'm having is not, is this a good method for learning? Is it a bad method for learning? Am I like morally obligated to act in one way or another? The concern I have is like motivation. How do you stay motivated in order to learn a language? And then the next thing is, how long does it actually take to learn the language? So I'm more concerned about, is this method useful? Am I going to get some kind of outcome to this? And my philosophy is that the most important part of learning a language is going to class. If you're going to class, then you're gonna learn the language at some point. I think this is too wide. Let's do 3. Which means what? It means that like right now I'm coming to class. I got this this challenge, and it's forcing me to get some exposure to this language. So then the next question is, all right, well, if you're getting some exposure to this language, obviously this is not the, you're getting the answers, but then what? How are you going to then use the answers in order, I mean, you have to memorize this stuff at some point. Which is also this issue that I'm having with like speaking. So I'm slowly getting some exposure to the words, especially with my reading assignments. And as I read, then I'm like getting more and more exposure. And I know that after some time, I'm going to start remembering the words better. But I can't speak. Like, you have to have a pretty good grasp of particularly verbs. And so I was talking to my dad last night, and I got this grammar book. My dad speaks French, so we were looking at the grammar book together. I noticed in the first lesson, there's an opportunity to learn how to introduce yourself. And in this grammar book, you have to, there's like 5 or 6 verbs. In that first lesson, it's asking you to learn these verbs. And so now I'm at the point where like I can't really make progress. I mean, I can make slow progress, right? I can just keep reading slowly and getting a little bit of exposure to these words. But in order to really make a like much more faster progress, I need to start memorizing those verbs. So I need to create some method for learning those verbs, making a list of them, and then, I don't know, making like an AI. I need to insert the image. Is it possible to insert an image into this document? And it doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to save that, and I'm going to stop sharing. And anyways, so there you go, another day of learning French. Bye-bye.